Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. And if you're looking for undervalued investment opportunities, click subscribe. Give me the thumbs up button if you like this content. We're going to go over technical analysis for gold and silver. Let's see what it brought today. So I've got gold here. It is delayed by 1 day. So it doesn't have today. It just doesn't update during the day. But what I do see here is I've got these red arrows pointing at bearish engulfings. So what that is that this candlestick engulfs the body before it completely. So it started up, the next day it started open higher than the previous day, and the sellers drove this thing down throughout the day, gaining a lot of momentum. And the two candlesticks I'm pointing at here are very large from opening to closing price. And the size of those candlesticks basically tells us the selling pressure or the force that's being applied by the sellers. And this is what you look for before a turn. You look to see where that selling pressure is and what the relationship between the down candlesticks are in relationship to the up candlesticks. When there's a large difference, if you see two of them like this and they're both bearish engulfings, more than likely you're going to head lower. So we headed lower. I'm pointing at this massive down day here, and we've been fighting to come back up. But the buyers are not stepping in, putting very large candlesticks. So I don't expect this to go higher soon because of these traits. Because we've got the big sell-off here, the big move down, and then the buyers are basically scraping back to the upside. For silver, it's a similar thing. We've got this large down day that I'm pointing at here, massive move to the downside, and I don't see the buyers stepping in and pushing this higher immediately. I'm also pointing to another bearish kind of engulfing candlestick, bearish piercing, either one, which means we still have that selling pressure there. And the buyers haven't stepped in a way where it convinces me that we're going to go higher. So I'm going to say sideways to lower for both gold and silver. Now, platinum is turning around. We do have this massive downward move, lots of selling pressure. We were fighting back up. It wasn't ready to move up, so we're kind of consolidating sideways. And then we threw a bullish engulfing pattern right here where the buyers pushed platinum higher throughout the day. It opened lower, and the buyers came in. They stepped in through that entire day and pushed the candlestick higher, which led to a bullish engulfing. And I think it was up today as well, platinum. Now, all I'm looking for now is, are we going to break this downtrend line? And I think we did today. So that's a positive development for platinum. Platinum could go higher here. We broke the downtrend. We have a bullish engulfing, and it was higher today. GDX, these are updated real time. Again, I'm looking at these large selling pressure moves coming down. There's a little bit of buying pressure here, but we have another large down day, large down day, large down day. They're all sprinkled through here in only one somewhat up day. Before I would say that we were going to move higher, I got to see buying pressure. And right now I see more selling pressure than buying pressure in this chart, and the buyers have not stepped in here to convince me otherwise. So I still think this is going to probably head lower. Same thing with GDXJ. We've got these nice 3 candlestick sell-off with an up day, but the buying pressure isn't nearly as strong as the selling pressure at the moment. So again, I'm looking for, you've got all this momentum too, here and here, bearish engulfing. It's a lot of downward pressure on gold right now. And I haven't seen the buyer step in. I'm waiting for that moment, and that's what I'm looking for, is I'm looking for the buyers to step in here. And again, for SILJ, a lot of selling pressure, bearish engulfing. And what a bearish engulfing means is that it's a high probability that it's going to continue to go lower. Bullish engulfing means higher. Bearish engulfing means lower. We got the same setup in EXK, a couple of bearish engulfings all through here, bearish piercing, which means that it's most likely going to head lower. We do have this kind of somewhat big up day, but it's not a reversal candlestick pattern in any way. AG is still moving on lower. We've got a bearish piercing here. It wasn't quite a bearish engulfing, but we're heading lower with big candlesticks and no real buyers stepping in yet. So I'm going to say sideways to lower. Franco-Nevada, I'm looking at these guys, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. We've pulled on up. Let's see if it holds here, but the pressure is downward because of these bearish engulfings all aligning. It's saying that we're tired. The sellers smacked this thing down. I don't know if this is all it had, but I'm looking for downward movement, and I'm looking for downward movement in gold, silver. Wheat and precious metals. This one doesn't look as bad. I don't see too many bearish engulfings or any patterns up here. We came back. We've got one kind of large down day and a sideways to lower is what it looks like from these candlestick patterns in here. And guys, I don't use RSI. I don't use MACDs. I don't use any of that stuff. What I use is trend lines, patterns, and then I look at the actual candlesticks. If you notice from here to here, you've got these big up candlesticks everywhere and small little down days. And then right here, it changed, and we have a lot of selling pressure. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a large candlestick to reverse this thing around. Something like a movement like this, where you get a large candlestick, and then you get small little down day sell-off, which means the sellers are tired, and it's the time for the buyers to step in. I'm not seeing that over here. So I still think downward. Royal Gold, I'm pointing at this big, large, bearish engulfing candlestick. Lots of downward selling pressure. We've got very small candlesticks coming on up, and then we got hit on our head again here. Sideways to lower is what I'm looking for out of Royal Gold. Teuton Resources, one of my favorite. This one looks a little better. Nice big explosive move higher, small leak off of sellers. Big move higher, small little leak off. We'll see if it holds in here. The other companies look pretty weak. Gold and silver looks kind of weak. I don't expect amazing things out of, a royalty company that deals in gold and silver, with gold and silver coming under pressure here. So these charts, the candlesticks themselves, with the larger candlestick body lengths versus the smaller kind of up-day candlesticks, I still think there's sellers there. I still think the selling pressure is to the downside, not to the upside yet. I'm looking for buyers to step in and paint a large candlestick somewhere, or a reversal pattern, a hammer, bullish piercing, bullish engulfing, just anything. But I'm not seeing it yet. So I still think sideways to downward is where we're heading. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.